Choose Primestar. Choose Primestar Home Health. We'll provide the best care for your patient or loved one. From managing chronic conditions to wound care and therapy, we specialize in a wide range of services. Primestar Home Health. We have the skill to heal and the spirit to care. Choose Primestar Home Health. We'll provide the best care for your patient or loved one. From managing chronic conditions to wound care and therapy, we specialize in a wide range of services. Primestar Home Health. We have the skill to heal and the spirit to care.
This week. Carter, come on up. And our other guy in here, we'll catch him later on. But anyway, this is Carter Morris right here, senior, great young man. Very proud of Carter. I think most of you recognize him as a guy that came in and played against Neville in the Jamboree, did a fantastic job. He's deep snaps on punts for us. He extra points. He is a guy that has been with us for 4 years. He's never complained. He always shows up on time, does what he's supposed to. Does a great job in the building as a student as well. And we're very proud of him. And this will be one of our seniors this week in our senior spotlight. And this is Carter Morris. Let's give him a big hand. Thank you, guys.
Congrats, Carter. Coach, just real quickly, talk about guys like Carter, because you've got a few guys like him that have stuck with you for 4 years and are really just kind of role players for you. And what does that mean for your team to have guys who maybe don't get the spotlight every Friday night, but they do what you ask them to do consistently?
It means everything. I mean, that's how you build a program. You got guys that play a lot and play early. Then you got guys that it takes a while to develop, and they accept a role. And Carter's always accepted his role. And he's. I tell everybody he's going to come in. He's going to win a game for us this year. And but I'm going to tell you, we'd start Friday night with him if we need to. We have that much confidence in him. And there's several others like that too. And it's just being a program guy. And, I tell all of the parents when they first come in, if your kid has stayed with us for 4 years, you'll find some success. If you don't play a whole lot, the memories you create is amazing. And being part of something special and part of a team, and you create friends and memories. And it's just a great thing to see guys like him succeed.
Absolutely. Well, again, congrats to Carter and the other seniors we've recognized so far. Well, Coach, let's talk about Friday night. And at the end of the game, I know you took a huge sigh of just done, but I really thought it was a game that I put in my notes. I just said it deserved 2 claps and a Ric Flair. That's the way it felt when it was all said and done. 42-35 in overtime. And before we get into the specifics of offense and defense, as you guys have had a chance to reflect on Friday night, what are your initial thoughts?
Well, I mean, we just proud of our kids for not quitting. And not laying down. We got down by 2 touchdowns. We knew somebody had to make a play for us, and someone did, and I think that sparked us, and we went on to victory. But just seeing our kids react the way they did, instead of finding a way to lose, we found a way to win, and that was very refreshing to me because we talk about adversity, and we talk about it from day one. There's going to be. We try to create adversity in practice at times because we want to see how you're going to handle it during the game, but you never know when it's going to happen. And so our kids handled it very well, and they got after it, and it was a heck of a ball game.
Well, Coach, let's talk some about the actual game itself. Defensively, I'll start there. It really seemed like a game of 2 halves. In that first half, you give up 28 points, and it was almost as if Oak Grove was able to do just about anything they wanted to do. What was it in that first half that kind of gave you guys the most trouble? What was causing some of that?
Well, when they were going to hurry up, they caught us in that last year, and we had adjusted, we thought, but, we don't have time to call the play,
right.
Defensive play. And so they called us. They had a couple of short fields on us, and, they just executed a lot better than we did. And so we had to go in at halftime, make some adjustments, and Mark and his staff just came, with a formation adjustment. If they come out in this, we're going to do this. If they come out in this, we're going to do that. And, of course, everything can look back. Looking back, you wish that's what you had going into the game plan. But, I think they scored one more time after halftime, and just a fantastic job of making adjustments and a fantastic job of our defensive players carrying out the plan.
Coach, when we talked about this last week going into the game, not very many schools, and I don't know that I've seen it on another high school field, with a group of guys on offense that could run that many formations with the same personnel. And so you kind of had a heads up there, but as you guys made that adjustment in the second half, you mentioned you guys shut them down to just 7 points. But before the half, of course, we have the pick 6 by Trey Birch, and we get 7 points back, cutting that 2 touchdown lead down to the 1 touchdown. What did that moment do for your team heading into halftime with that lead down to 7 points?
Well, it energized us. It was the play of the game as far as I'm concerned. That's what turned the whole thing around. And, you got to think if you're Oak Grove, you're up 2 touchdowns, it's less than a minute of the game, maybe we just go in at halftime because we're going to get the ball back. And, they went for, tried to throw a pass there, and Trey made a break on it and undercut the guy and took it to the house. And I'm telling you, it just changed the whole complexion of the football game.
Well, Coach, you guys go in at halftime. You mentioned the adjustments your defense made. Coach Sims and his staff get together, figure out the formations and things you're going to do. As you guys come out in the second half, of course, they get the ball. You get that 3 and out, and now you're kind of back on schedule, and you take the ball down and you score. So offensively, really outside of a couple of drives, offensively, your offensive line seemed to hold up well. I think we rushed for over 400 yards on the night. And I've heard you guys talk from time to time, an offensive game plan, that some nights just turn into a fullback type of game. What causes you to see that, and what kind of tells you, hey, this may be a fullback night?
Well, they were playing a stack backer look, and the near backer always reads the fullback, but we were being able to get to him. But the second backer is the tailback player, and we wasn't able to get our hat on him effectively. He's also a very good football player. But, so things like that, sometimes it turns into, we're still running the veer and we're still reading it, but the fullback gets most of the carries. And, they just chose to keep playing that. They didn't make any adjustments and, try to break it up in there and make us run the tailback. They just chose to let us, it's almost like it came in. They said, if they're going to beat us, they're going to beat us with the fullback. And but we had some really good reads on the option. I thought our offensive line played well at times for sure. And but yeah, it was one of them nights that when we won the state championship in 2016 against Madison Prep, it was a fullback game. Mm-hmm. I think the tailback had 2 carries, if I'm correct.
Like that seems right.
But that's just the way it is in our offense. And our kids just went out and bowed up and got it done.
Well, Coach, normally when you see a fullback type game and your offensive line's able to get that little bit of push for the fullback, those tend to be low scoring affairs. But you guys hang up 42 points on a fullback game. And Coach Cody goes for 196 yards, I think, and 3 touchdowns on the night, which was good to see him get some success. I mean, he's been sharing the load with Gavin still out, but to step into that role on Friday night. Another guy kind of like Carter, who's been waiting his turn for 4 years. And when you see a guy like that have success, well, again, back to the program side of things, what does that say to the guys behind him?
Just keep fighting. Your time will come. And, the thing I like about Cody is, Cody didn't quit to go play another sport because, he had his lip poked out. He hung in here with it. And, there were times we had to encourage him to keep fighting and do everything, but he took all the coaching and, kept doing the workouts, kept lifting. And, we just knew that at some moment he was going to have his opportunity. And, told him, when you do, make sure you take advantage of it, and he did.
Yeah. I actually, my dad was telling me after the game that he walked past Cody and said, Cody, I didn't know you were that fast. And this is a verbatim quote. He said that Cody looked at him and said, I didn't know it either. So,
yeah. Cody's had a good year. I mean, he just had a really big game the other night, but he's had a good year so far. And we got just enough out of Trammell, just enough out of TJ, just enough out of Herring. And, Dylan had a big run for us for a touchdown, and then, of course, in the overtime. But, our backs all played well enough and to get it done.
Well, Coach, let's talk about that offensive line just for a minute. You talked about how they played well in spurts. How are you seeing them kind of come together? Every year seems to be a moment that group begins to play as a unit. What kind of growth have you seen from that offensive line so far?
Well, I think they're getting better every week, which is what we want to do, and we're getting a little depth. We got 2 tight ends. We don't care which one's in. We feel good about. We got 5 starters, and we got 2 or 3 backups that could come in and play in different positions on the O-line. And that's what you really want to do early in the year, is build some depth, because the type of offense we run is very physical. And, you got to practice physical, and, you get banged up and bunged up. So you got to have more than 5 or 6 guys who can play. And we still got work to do, and we're not going to hit on all cylinders, to week 6 or 7 when we kind of expect it all to come together. Yeah. So that's a good thing. We're moving the ball like this, and we're still not nearly as good as I think we'll be.
Well, Coach, again, congratulations on the big win over Oak Grove, 42-35. Probably a game a lot of Panther fans will remember for a long time. But, Coach, tonight let's talk about your players of the game, brought to you by First Security Title of Monroe and Mr. Mitch Houston. Coach, who are your players of the game this week?
Well, offensively is Cody Copeland. And get Cody on up here. Come on, Cody. Cody, like I said, had a heck of a game. 3 touchdowns. I think it was 20 carries, 196 yards. Does that sound
22,
right?
right, 22.
22.
Right,
Well, then he had 198 yards then.
I was like, he would know.
If you're going to give him 2 carries, I'm going to give him 2
There we
yards.
go.
So had 3 touchdowns and, had a heck of a night. And, he's waited a long time for this and just so proud for him. And all of our kids are proud for him.
Yep.
He got the K104 Impact Award today. They brought that to practice, and our kids were excited for him. And just a heck of a job, Cody. We appreciate you, man. But don't be a one-hit wonder.
That's right.
And keep it going, bub. Well, anyway, our player of the game, Cody Copeland. Appreciate you. Our defensive player is Trey Birch. Trey, come on up. Trey's starting at middle linebacker for us this year as a sophomore. And, we were down 28-14, and I kept saying on the sideline, somebody's got to make a play. We got to get a turnover. Somebody needs to make a play. And I don't know if you've seen it, on the replay, but it was a beautiful interception. And I know when he got the ball in his hand, nobody really wanted any part of trying to tackle him. But it was a great play. I mean, the timing of it was great. We went in with momentum, and we came out with momentum, and we never gave up. But it's a heck of a play. He's just getting started. I mean, a 10th grader this size and strength and speed, and he's going to be a big-time player one day, and we're glad he's on our team. So defensive player of the week is Trey Birch. Appreciate you, Trey.
Congrats, Trey. Coach, I did go back and watch that replay, and most of our guys I've seen on defense, they get to the goal line, and if somebody's saying that they're going to dive for the pylon, Trey had no intentions of diving. That poor receiver that was trying to meet him at the goal line.
No, he was looking folks up. So, it was good to see. He may be our beast mode fullback and tailback.
Making a case for it anyway.
Week, so
you see him light up, Coach. You got pretty excited when you said that.
Jax King didn't smile, though.
Well, that's our players of the game.
No, we don't.
Okay. Players of the game brought to you by First Security, Title of Monroe. Again, and special thank you to Mr. Mitch Houston for making that happen each and every week. Well, Coach, we're going to take a quick break, folks, and we'll be right back and get something else.
Let's get Mitch. I think Mitch rolled in. Let's get our
senior spotlight
other senior spotlight guy up here.
We go back to the beginning just for Mitch. His limo just dropped him off, Coach.
Yeah. So Mitch plays offensive tackle for us, senior spotlight player this week. He also served as captain. We're excited for Mitch. Mitch is committed to TCU, and I believe he's graduating still in December. Yes, he's going to graduate in December, so he can get over there early and get in the offense and the weight room and find out what it's all about over there. And we're just excited for him and his family. I know his family's very excited, and early when I was first here and even as the assistant one year, the knock was if you go to Sterlington, you can't go play college football. Those college recruiters don't go over there. But, here in the last 6-7 years, we've sent kids, in various places. And so it's big for our program to have a big time commit like Mitch too. So very proud of him, and he'll be our captain this week and also our senior spotlight. And Mitch, keep it rolling, baby. Thank you.
Congratulations, brother. All right. Well, folks, we'll take that quick break. Be right back in 2 minutes with more of the Coach Doty Show in just a moment.
Choose Primestar Home Health. We'll provide the best care for your patient or loved one. From managing chronic conditions to wound care and therapy, we specialize in a wide range of services. Primestar Home Health. We have the skill to heal and the spirit to care. Choose Primestar Home Health. We'll provide the best care for your patient or loved one. From managing chronic conditions to wound care and therapy, we specialize in a wide range of services. Primestar Home Health. We have the skill to heal and the spirit to care.
Benoit Ford Chevrolet GMC in Farmerville is here to serve you and your family just like you are a part of ours. With 2 dealerships for you to find the perfect vehicle, Benoit is proud to offer great deals right here in the heart of North Louisiana. 206 South Main Street and 1001 Sterlington Highway in Farmerville, going the extra mile to offer you the best options for your vehicle needs. That's what we do. Stop by and join the Benoit family in your new vehicle from Benoit Ford Chevrolet GMC today.
Thanks, Coach Doty. Hi, I'm Ashley Dowdy with Homeland Bank. We believe that investing in our schools and local teams means investing in our future. We're committed to creating endless possibilities both on and off the field. Together we can build a brighter tomorrow.
Homeland Bank and the Starlington Panthers. Together we can build a winning team. Where's your money?
Homeland Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC. Copeland Electric Company, providing excellence in electrical services since 1971. Their secret? Copeland has the manpower, resources, and knowledge to assemble and mobilize teams quickly and efficiently. Go Panthers from Copeland Electric!
Well, folks, welcome back to the Coach Lee Doty Show, brought to you by Primestar Home Health. And so, Coach, we talked about last week. Before we jump into this week, I thought last year this worked well, and I wanted to do it again tonight. You guys have played some JV games, getting some guys some snaps, and what are you seeing from your JV games so far?
Yeah, it's been fun. You know, those guys really enjoy playing and getting out there and getting after it, and you know, working all week with those guys. You know, you love to see them get out there and get to play Monday night. And, you know, I think I'm not going to say we played everybody in every game because, you know, it may be one person, but I think we played everybody in every game, at least a few snaps. And, you know, we won all of them that we played as well. But it's fun, you know. And let me tell you about those guys. They practice on Mondays. Right. You know, they come out, practice, they condition, they leave the field. They go get dressed, they get a little bite to eat, and then they go play, you know. So it's not like they get the special treatment on Mondays like our kids do on Fridays, you know. So, you know, it's a lot of reps, and they enjoy it. And so we're real proud of them and got a good group, and, you know, hope we can keep them all together and keep them eligible and keep them moving in the right direction.
Well, Coach, as you look at that JV group on Monday nights, any guys you kind of have your eye on who you think, hey, these guys could be impact players for us this year, or definitely in the years to come?
Well, we got several kids, you know, and we got some kids that are freshmen that are playing on varsity, and some sophomores that probably should be still playing JV that are having to play on varsity. So, yeah, I mean, there's probably plenty of them, but I'd hate to call any of them out without mentioning them all. But yeah, you know, we got some guys on there that's going to be dudes, I think.
Well, awesome. I always want to give those guys a little plugs. I know that they are your scout team and everything else, and during the week, but get some love on Monday nights for sure. Well, Coach, this week district play begins as you guys take on the road to play the 2-0 Carroll Bulldogs. And as you guys have kind of got ready for this week, how have you approached preparing your kids for Carroll this week?
Well, I thought we've had 2 really good days of practice. I thought today was very intense, and you know, we ran through practice. We got a lot of reps in. The pace was really high. You know, I think our kids are excited about playing Carroll. I think they're excited about opening district play. And I feel like, you know, we just got to go do what we do. And we just can't turn the ball over and make stupid mistakes. But I think our kids will be well prepared and ready to go.
Well, Coach, I know last week you talked to your kids some about just kind of putting the past behind you. And as you approach Carroll this year, last year Carroll rolled into us. We were 1-2 and kind of licking our wounds from being at Oak Grove. This week, having come off that big high, the overtime win, when you're looking at Carroll, is it kind of the same message as it was the week before?
Yeah, I mean, you turn the film on from last year and you just fast forward it to the final score, you know, and if that's not enough motivation for your kids to go get ready to play, then, you know, we're probably coaching the wrong sport. You know, maybe need to go coach floor hockey or something. But, you know, if your kids can't get up for what happened last year, then, you know, and I think they'll be ready to play.
Well, Coach, as you look at Carroll, a little bit different team than last year, another head coaching change, the 3rd year in a row before season begins. Of course, they hire from within, and so a lot of the staff are the same. What are your initial thoughts as you look at them, offense and defense, getting ready for Friday night?
I think they got a good team, and we're going to have to play well to go down there and win. They're still big. They still got guys who can take it to the house on any snap. Defensively, they run to the ball and tackle well. They're good on special teams, I think. So they're going to present quite a challenge for us.
Well, Coach, offensively, they run a pure spread. You're not going to see any two tights or I formations from them. And so as you look at that, what are you telling your defense, and how do you approach scheming for that?
Well, just mainly it's tackle. Just rally to the ball and tackle, make them snap it, and let's see if they can have a 10 to 12 play drive instead of one play drive. If you get beat, just understand that, when I was younger and watching NFL, I watched Deion Sanders get beat several times, but he got back up, and you got to have a short memory. And, they got a South Carolina commit, I think, at receiver. They got the potential to really put a lot of points on the board.
Well, Coach, defensively, I know one of the things you do from a scheduling perspective is you want to see a lot of different offenses before you get into district, and especially into the playoffs. And so you schedule teams like a West Monroe who are going to show you a little bit of everything. Mangum shows you full spread. Oak Grove, a little bit of both again. But when you look at Carroll, really the only two teams they played have been full spread. So as you look at that, and you guys, the looks that you're going to present to them, what can we expect to see from your offense as you attack maybe their defense?
Well, we're going to try to do what we do, and we'll have some different wrinkles in it, but we're going to line up and try to run the football, and some play action pass, some of those type of things, and play great special teams and great defense.
Well, Coach, as we look at just as the season progresses, last week you rushed for 410 yards. At some point, you guys are looking for some playmakers on the outside. And so as you begin to work the play action pass and things, what are some of the guys that you're looking, or some of the things you're looking for your team to be able to progress and begin to get more and more balance to your offense?
Well, we're not going to win, 13 more games or whatever it takes to win the state championship without being able to throw the football. So, we're going to have to expand to that. And some of those guys that we're going to have to throw the football to are playing defense. And we've been trying to work some of that in. And it's just going to be a process, So working on it, Dylan gives us a lot of different opportunities back there with his scrambling ability. And, we just got to work that stuff some more. And, we worked it a lot this summer, but as we got into the season, I didn't know this guy was going to have to play full-time defense. We weren't sure this guy, and that's just what happened. So you remove two guys that you were planning on putting the ball in the air to, and now they're playing full-time defense. So you're getting these guys over here part-time, and they're working harder and harder. And but yeah, that's going to come, and it may be this week, but it's going to happen.
Well, Coach, one of the other things I wanted to ask you about is when our team travels, it seems like our fans travel really, really well. How important is it to you for you and your club when you're on the sidelines to look back in the visiting stands and to see, and in a lot of cases, that you may have more people than even the hometown does? Yeah,
I love it when that happens. I love it. And I'm going to challenge our guys to fill them up over at Carroll. Let's take more over there than they do. It's awesome. Being at Mangum, where they're right on top of you at Mangum, and you can really hear a lot of stuff, some stuff you don't want to hear, but it's great. The crowd's great, man. And I thought Friday night, we had a great crowd.
Yeah.
And I know you've seen the picture that's been circulating on social media about after the game, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Have that many people down there during the team prayer and those type of things. And, we want to do that everywhere we go. We just don't want it to make it a Sterlington thing. We want to make it a Panther thing, So if we're on the road, we're going to take over. If we're at home, we want to take over. So it's awesome to do. And our kids love it, man.
Yeah.
Our kids love it.
Yeah, home field advantage wherever you go. It's hard to beat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Coach, just back to your team one more time before we get into wrap this up. As you guys are moving forward, what is your message to your team from this point going as district play begins through the rest of the weeks? What are you telling them and trying to get them focused on?
Just get better, get better every week, and, just brick by brick and game by game, and let's just build a great foundation and just keep working. And, don't let the distractions get to you. It only matters what happens in the field house. Those are only voices that matter. And don't let people get in your ear about this thing and that thing. And just keep focusing on doing your job. And, I tell our coaches, just do your job, do your job. And our players need to do the same thing. Don't worry about what the quarterback's doing if you're playing linebacker. Don't worry about what the DB's doing if you're playing tight end. Do your job.
Yeah.
And as long as we're doing that and our kids stay focused and we keep getting better, we keep working hard, then we're going to be fine. I mean, we're going to make a run at it, I guarantee you.
Well, Coach, before we wrap up, for our fans who are here tonight, I got a room full again. Good to see some folks here at Frenchman's Bend eating with us and hanging out. But those that are even watching online, any final words you'd like to say to them?
Well, appreciate it. We feel like we got a good team, but we're not great yet. And that's where we want to get to. And I told our kids that Monday, right now, to me, we're average. We may be pushing the needle toward good, but we're just average right now. And we need to work to get to good. And then when we get to good, we need to work to get to great. And we'll do that with these guys' support, behind us and rallying behind us, and we'll get it done. So, we appreciate everything they offer and do for us for sure. And appreciate Miss Jennifer Thomas down there for doing her senior spotlight again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, for the fans, Sterlington versus Carroll this Friday night, 7 o'clock down at Carroll. If you can't make it, you can catch us on YouTube beginning at 6:15 with a replay of the coaches show. And then pregame show will kick off about 6:45 with myself and William Handy. Kickoff right at 7 o'clock. You can also find the highlight videos, game replays, hype video, and more at shspantherfootball.com. And then on Friday night, you'll find the link for the live stream on that same website. So, Coach, I'll give you the final word, and then we'll sign off.
And we'll see you all at Carroll. Hey, as always, go Panthers.
Have a great night, folks.
Choose Primestar Home Health. We'll provide the best care for your patient or loved one. From managing chronic conditions to wound care and therapy, we specialize in a wide range of services. Primestar Home Health. We have the skill to heal and the spirit to care. Choose Primestar Home Health. We'll provide the best care for your patient or loved one. From managing chronic conditions to wound care and therapy, we specialize in a wide range of services. Primestar Home Health. We have the skill to heal and the spirit to care.